Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker is leading the next blockchain revolution. Here to present the evolution of crypto exchanges beyond crypto trading. Please give a warm welcome to Binance Chief Growth Officer, Mr. Ted Lin.
Hey guys, thanks for coming. I still haven't gotten the grasp of how they came up with that comical image, but there's got to be some resemblance. So many of you are here because you're from the blockchain industry. I was in Bangkok yesterday in this wonderful conference put together by Green Book. It's about marketing research. It's about profiling users. It's about getting to know the market so you can target the right demographic. I had a show of hands yesterday in Bangkok in that conference. I was like, how many of you heard of Binance? And today, how many have heard Binance? Okay, all of you put your hands up. But yesterday, there was like 5%. And I think it's the real picture. Because when I asked how many of you know about crypto or held crypto, it's also the same people, the 5% in the crowd. So I think the real picture in the world out there is crypto is still not mainstream. And given the recent break of the bull run, which everybody feels very dearly, what else is there? Aside from trading, what else is there in crypto? So we wanted to get to that part. Now, Binance is currently successful. But we believe it's a long journey, so we don't want to have that hubris at all. We're number one by trading volume. We reached number one about 165 days into operation, thanks to all the support in the industry and from the users. And we have one of the fastest matching engine and the best security in class. With decent volume, a majority of the liquidity for most of the pairs we list, and with the customer service and this strict listing standard, we're able to maintain the number one position. But enough talk about the exchange side of things. Because in yesterday's room in Bangkok, with only 1 out of every 20 people in that room knowing about crypto, I think there's a lot of work for all of us to do. So it's important for us to understand and to tell the rest of the world why we're doing this. If we're running exchange simply because we're trying to make money, then that would be a little boring, honestly. But the goal is bigger than that. The reason why there's the rest of the 95% in the world, or even probably higher than that, who we need to talk to, who we need to convert, tell them the benefit advantage of crypto, so they would want to try, want to understand, want to learn more about it, is because there is something inherently flawed in the current economic system with the system of money. And we believe by promoting cryptocurrency and blockchain, it can forward that to a better future. And by the time we're done, in the world economy of tomorrow, we want to be the infrastructure provider in that crypto and blockchain-enabled economy. And that is our vision and that is our mission. And because of that drive, we continue to plow ahead. We currently have users from 180 countries from around the world. We have employees coming from more than 40 countries around the world. When people ask us where's our headquarters, we always tell them it's decentralized. And it's a hard concept to grasp, just like blockchain. Decentralizing an organization and the way we do things is actually quite genuine. We have the web interface in 13 different languages. I think we should add a lot more, actually. But we want to serve everybody eventually. In terms of the social media and the different communities we're getting ourselves into, I think there is also a lot of leeway we had but it's coming up to the crossroad where we must bespoke the communities. So not everybody around the world is going to use Telegram. For some reason, crypto community have come to use Telegram a lot, and not everybody is going to use Facebook. So we actually have to work harder to make sure we reach more people. Now, in addition to exchange, which used to be the first drive for us, when we started, when we did the ICO, we wanted to make a better crypto exchange. And that brought us together. But after that, we wanted to go for something even more profound, to spread the freedom, to promote the freedom of money, to allow cryptocurrency and blockchain to actually change the world for the better. And hence, the journey never stopped. We went on to talk about the different things such as info, which provides more comprehensive information about the different projects. We went on to establish the Binance Blockchain Charity Foundation that accelerates and uses blockchain to promote transparency in charity. We also announced that we're doing the decentralized exchange. And in the future, once it's launched, probably looking at early next year, it will be existing concurrently with the central exchange. So in whatever flavor people like to engage and interact with crypto, they will have the choice. We also started looking to fiat to crypto exchanges because we believe the on-ramp is important for people to start to get to know the technology. We also launched Binance Academy, which is an important way to educate the public about blockchain and crypto. And recently we launched Binance Research, an institutional-grade analysis and report for people who are interested in crypto and blockchain. So in addition to the exchange, we have the incubator. So at a time like this, when the price is down and people lose appetite about trading, and I recall very vividly in Bangkok, in the room where there's only 5% of the people who know about crypto, there were more than 5% of the people asking questions about, is crypto still a valid thing? Can you explain a little bit more about what happened to crypto lately? Everybody remembers whatever is in the press about the price coming down. They keep calling it bubble, but it's not that. Crypto and blockchain is the technology that can fundamentally change the world. Labs is the incubator who's working on that, investing in the infrastructures. Launchpad is the token sale platform. We also have info that provides very in-depth information about all the crypto in the market. Research provides, democratizes actually institutional-grade reports to everyone who's interested. And as I said, the Charity Foundation make use of blockchain to promote transparent charity initiatives. We also acquired Trust Wallet because in the future, the way you interact with your money is not through a bank card, it's through some kind of wallets. We believe it's a pivotal technology. And most importantly, for the mass, where everybody can interact with crypto, should start with knowledge, should start with empowering themselves with why it is beneficial and advantageous to the existing technology. We're working very hard because we believe if we don't ask ourselves the chicken or egg problem and we don't work concurrently on both the chicken and egg, nobody will shoulder up the responsibility. So this is only a snapshot of some of the projects, some of the ecosystem providers who have worked with us to show crypto use cases by adopting Binance Coin. So you can use it to pay for virtual gifts. You can use it as fuel to pay for your trading fee on Binance. You can use it for different types of payment to pay down your credit card. You can use it to buy tickets in Australia when we worked with Travel a bit. You can use it as collateral when you take out loans. You can also put in the different types of wallets that you choose to securely safekeep your crypto. We believe we need to increase the use cases for the rest of the world to understand it's not just a hype. And we're going to continue working very hard on that. And if we are only doing exchange, we did not have a more profound mission. We would not have so many people wanting to give us a hand. Sure, there's this thing called meetups, but how many can you realistically expect people to show up if you're only trying to make profit? But when we are promoting the higher purpose we truly believe in, we actually have the support of the people from around the world. And we're talking about every corner of the world. So I'm especially impressed by today's conference because usually by day 2, there wouldn't be many people in the crowd. But today we still have so many people who's so interested in technology, who still believes in the fundamental technology that can change the world for the better. And that is what we're working for. That is why we're working so hard. Because if we're successful, I think the world is a better place. No matter who you are, we can help the world to become a better place. So thank you very much for staying within the industry throughout the recent setback in price. But we truly believe the crypto technology and the blockchain technology can better the lives of the people in this world. And we're here to promote the freedom of money. Thank you very much.
Questions? Any
Yes,
questions?
questions,
I'm
please.
sure there are. You have the honor of throwing this.
Throwing this?
Yes.
It's not going to hurt people?
Let's hope not. Any questions? There we go.
Sir? So do I throw it at him or?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, my humble question is very much, you guys remain to be in the 20C ecosystem, and we were waiting and waiting and waiting for 21C maturity. And the question is that, angle-wise, it remained to be very much evolution rather than revolution. Why is it so? Because you have all the money. Why is it that progress is not in tandem with the capital that you have? And I think remain to be made in Korea for Korean. It is still very far to go for global, dramatization. Can we look forward for more dramatic 2019 and onward?
Sir, let me repeat your question. So you said, why with so many people, so many companies working hard at it, is it an evolution, a gradual evolution instead of revolution? Was that your question? I think before we hit the critical mass, the critical mass may be described as when everybody around the world knows somebody, or knows somebody who is into crypto or is using crypto. I think before we hit some kind of critical mass like that, that flashpoint just before, everything becomes a network effect that virally propagates itself. It will continue to be a gradual incremental. For example, right here, everybody knows about crypto and blockchain. Everybody's interested. No matter if they're investor, they're entrepreneur, they want to be employed in the industry or just want to stay relevant, everybody here have heard or is one way or another investing in crypto. But the real world out there, as I described, yesterday I was in Bangkok, 95% of the people, or even more, have zero knowledge of it. So it's actually quite a laborious and time-consuming thing as we educate one person or one group at a time. And I was met with a lot of non-believers. It's like there's digital currency already. Why do we need crypto? So there's always that need to pull out that one-liner or two-liner you prepared through all these different keynotes, and you unleash it on them. And some of them would buy in. All right, they would nod, courteously. Some of them you can just tell they would never buy in until the others around them they buy in. So the incremental is pretty much the necessary step for any kind of a technology adoption. And I think until we hit that critical mass, it would never be as fast or exponential as it should be. So we look forward to that. And we look forward to working on more catalysts so the adoption can advance faster than later. Please. Oh.
Hey, thanks for such speech. I saw that you are launching the platform in Uganda, which allows to buy and sell crypto in fiat, am I right? The fiat.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Uganda shilling.
Yeah. Okay. And could you explain the system? You work with a particular bank, or how it works actually? And can foreigners, not citizens of Uganda, use it?
It's intended for the African users, really. So we work with the bank and the mobile payment locally for people to be able to deposit Uganda shilling. And you will be able to exchange for BTC, either BNB, or I think we also added stablecoin packs. So these are the current options there. In Uganda, and we're actually welcoming the rest of Africa to try out this platform. Africa is a place that's especially underbanked, and they definitely have the potential to skip over the existing financial and banking system that's prevalent in the rest of the world. For everybody to be banked, you need to have banking reps out in the field. You have to issue plastic cards, mail it to their home. So all the cost to laying out all this infrastructure will be very expensive. And crypto naturally can skip all of that with a very little overhead. Most of the people have feature phone, and very soon everybody will have some smartphone one way or the other. So we truly believe this is the best way to help everybody to be quote unquote banked. No. All right.
Hi. Just wanted to ask you about your incubator. What projects are you looking to incubate, and how do people get in touch? Do you have a representation here in Singapore?
Okay, so Binance Labs is the arm that's doing incubation. They're focused on blockchain, crypto, infrastructure, genre. So it's a very wide thing, given where they're still in the early stages. They have their proprietary way of looking at what is the fundamentally strong project. So I won't go into too much detail there. You can go to labs.binance.com to get more details. But one thing for sure is that they're looking for long-term builders. Given that we are in the exchange business, and given that we are well supported by a lot of users and project teams around the world, we have come across many projects that are both conscientious and strong in terms of their long-term determination. On the other hand, there are projects who want to make a fast one. Of course, that particular line is prone to interpretation depending on what your aim is. But the projects who are serious about changing the world for the better, who are serious about building a product that is fundamentally beneficial to the users and can better the world, those are the type of projects who would definitely get extra attention from the team. Any more questions? All right, that's a tricky one. So everybody around that area, please hold your head up. Sorry.
So with your involvement into Africa and emerging markets, can you talk about the role of connectivity that you see in crypto today?
Could you repeat again, please?
Looking at the role of connectivity. So a lot of the markets you're looking at have very limited connectivity. I wonder if you're looking at how you actually extend the connectivity to the next 4 billion people who don't have connectivity.
Sure. The premise, of course, rides very much on most people, or eventually everybody, having access to the internet. Without internet, it's going to be very difficult. I guess as a merchant, you don't have to have internet per se. People can just, transfer their crypto to your address. But the consumer definitely needs some kind of internet connectivity. So we're betting the adoption on the eventual prevalence of internet connectivity. And there's many brilliant companies, and no matter from academia or private or public enterprises that are working on that. So it's not something we tackle directly on, but definitely it's riding on the assumption that everybody will be connected, and the bandwidth will become faster and faster. Just like how feature phone is now an antique in many nations, yet in Africa it's still commonplace. But we believe smartphone adoption is accelerating very fast. And by the time we're there, everybody will be ready. In fact, this could be one of the use cases for them to want to accelerate the transition to even better technology for them to get online. Thanks. Any other questions? All right. No? All right.
Any more questions?
All right.
All right.
I guess we're good.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank
you very
you.
much. Thanks.
Could we have a loud round of applause, please, for Mr. Ted Lin.